Here's your podcast script. Centrist Democrats are rebuking their party's left wing, declaring, and this is a direct quote, "We are capitalist, not socialist." That's the headline from the New York Times, and it's capturing a very real fault line opening up inside the Democratic Party right now. Here's what sparked it. Earlier this week, House primaries in deep blue New York districts produced a sweep of victories for Democratic Socialist candidates. 3 of them, backed by New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani, himself a Democratic Socialist, won their races. That result puts Democratic Socialists on track to double their ranks in the House come November. And while the left wing of the party was celebrating, moderate Democrats were doing something else entirely, sounding the alarm. A group of centrist House Democrats released a letter called The Promise to America. The first 15 signatories were unveiled 2 days after those primary results. The letter's message is direct: politics forces false choices between extremes on right and left. We reject them. It's led by Representative Tom Suozzi, a New York Democrat who won a swing district on Long Island 2 years ago. He says the goal is to collect signatures from 20 Democratic candidates, 200 state and local officials, and 2,000 activists, and to, in his words, build a movement. Suozzi made clear he's not dismissing why Democratic Socialists are gaining traction. He acknowledged they're tapping into real economic anxiety and are right in their diagnosis of the problem. But his argument is that the answer isn't socialism, it's a pro-union form of capitalism. And critically, he says moderates need to stop complaining and start organizing. He gave credit to both the Democratic Socialists of America and MAGA for being disciplined and organized, while saying that people who disagree with those movements wring their hands at cocktail parties but aren't doing much else. The Democratic Socialists pushed back. A spokeswoman for Mayor Mamdani said the only thing extreme is defending a status quo where working families can't afford to live. And the DSA called the centrist letter a red scare tactic, arguing that the policies their candidates champion, Medicare for all, student loan forgiveness, taxing the rich, are actually popular ones. Other prominent Democrats weighed in too. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, seen as a possible 2028 presidential contender, told CNN the party needs to find candidates who actually can deliver for people. Matt Bennett, co-founder of the centrist think tank Third Way, called the New York outcomes dangerous, warning that Republicans now have much more powerful ammunition to paint the whole party as extreme. And indeed, President Trump was already doing exactly that on Friday, calling Democratic Socialist ideas a path toward communism. Brad Lander, a self-described Democratic Socialist who won his own New York primary this week, took a different view. He said voters want people who fight harder for working families, and argued that should unify the party, not divide it. That's not progressives versus moderates, he said. That's fighters versus folders. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, for his part, tried to smooth things over, saying the party is seeing tremendous energy from all different areas. And then there's Andrew Yang, former presidential candidate, former Democrat, who stepped back and observed the whole thing from the outside, writing on social media that the Democratic Party really is at least 2 parties in one at this point. With 4 months until the midterm elections, that question, what Democrats actually stand for, isn't going away anytime soon. That's the story from the New York Times, a party at a crossroads, deciding whether its future looks more like Tom Suozzi or Zoran Mamdani.